Welcome back, folks. Well, it's not a bad morning of trade. I mean, the SGX Nifty is suggesting a start in the green, and it's a Friday morning, which can never be bad in that case. So let's see for our own markets. It's been 4 straight days of losses, 5 days actually, and the Nifty is just around that 17,500 mark. It's been hovering around that. We have our entire research team now joining in to help us prep for the day. So let's get straight to them. First up, the Z stock has been all over the place. There's an NCLT update that will come in as well. Nimesh is here to apprise us on the latest. Nimesh.
Hi, Sonia. So expect the Z stock to be volatile and the news flow to continue as well. So we saw what happened in yesterday's trade, big volumes and big intraday moves, and that is likely to continue today as well. 3 bits of news to track on Z Entertainment. First, last evening there was an official announcement from NSE that Z will be excluded from the FNO contracts from May. So the next 2 contracts will go on, and after that it will be out of the FNO series. Second, there will be 100% margin on the existing contracts. So it's like whether you're in FNO or in cash, it's as good as you're paying 100% margin. So that can have an impact as well. And the third, there is an NCLT hearing against the NCLT order which was passed 2 days back, where Z was insolvency plea was added for IndusInd Bank. So 3 bits of news to track, but I expect the stock to start in the red. But there could be volatility given that there is an NCLT hearing as well today afternoon.
Indeed, Nimesh, and you called it yesterday as well. Started in the red and ended way off the red. So we'll keep an eye out on Z. But Vivek as well is joining in to tell us about Axis Bank. They're nearing completion of that Citibank acquisition. Vivek?
Well, absolutely right. Good morning. So Axis Bank yesterday in a notification to the exchanges, has said that, all of the required approvals are on track. So both of the parties, both Axis Bank as well as Citibank, have obtained the requisite customer consents as well as approvals for the acquisition. And they hope to complete this particular acquisition by March 1st, 2023. In fact, Morgan Stanley has also reacted to this particular development. They're saying they continue to stay positive on a structural turnaround of the Axis Bank franchisee, and they expect ROEs to be 16% plus by FY24 and FY25. And also what they say is that valuations at 1.5 times FY20 price to book continues to remain quite attractive.
Okay. Sorry. Vivek, thank you very much for that. Now, Jindal Stainless, Hisar Jindal Stainless should be in focus, Nigel, right?
Well, that's right, because the record date has come about. They announced this merger between the 2 entities, many years ago, actually, a couple of years ago, and that's been progressing so slowly. But now, in fact, they've announced the record date. That's on 9th of March 2023. And if you're looking at the ratio, if you have 195 shares of Jindal Stainless, they'll be issued if you have 100 shares of Jindal Hisar. So just to say that again, if you have 100 shares of Jindal Hisar, then you'll be getting 195 shares of Jindal Stainless. And you plug in the numbers going by the current price. Pull up the Jindal Stainless price as well as the Jindal Hisar price. There appears that there is a bit of an arbitrage opportunity, because if you buy Hisar, it needs to catch up with the price of Jindal Hisar, going in that ratio of around 1.95 odd. So there is a 7.5% opportunity out there. So I'm expecting Jindal Hisar to outperform Jindal Stainless even today. Sonia, but you're tracking Pricol. There was a management call yesterday.
There was nothing different that the management said on the call that they didn't say to us. Yeah, it's the same reiteration. Pricol is not in favor of any kind of hostile takeover, any kind of JV or synergies with Minda. And Minda Corp has assured that it will just be a 15.7% financial investment in Pricol. Pricol has said that they're not interested in any collaboration with Minda, no joint venture, no equity participation. And PHI Capital, which is the PE firm that has a stake both in Pricol and Minda, they will continue to stay invested in the short and medium term. That's the assurance that they have given the Pricol management. The buyback is not a prudent financial investment at this time. Remember, buyback was something that a lot of legal experts had suggested that could be the way out for Pricol, by using the cash on their books to buy back more shares and prevent a hostile takeover. But Pricol has decided against that, saying that it's not a prudent financial investment at this point in time. I reckon the stock will be in the green today, because if this entire hostile takeover doesn't go through and it's just a financial investment for Minda Corp, I think there could be some recovery in the stock today. But let's go across to Sonal now. She's tracking a couple of more stocks in the news. Sonal, over to you.
Good morning, Sonia. Oh, well, two stocks on my radar today. Let me start with Alchem because the company says that US FDA has issued an EIR or Establishment Inspection Report for their manufacturing facility at Indore. Remember, this was inspected from 1st July to 7th July last year, and the US FDA issued one observation with no data integrity issues as well. They put out all the details in terms of corrective and preventive action plan to the regulator as well, and now it means that inspection has been closed by the US FDA. So that's a positive news. KSB Limited reported numbers. It's a pumps manufacturer as well. Good set of numbers in Q3. Revenue growth of 18%, EBITDA up 36%. There's a margin expansion of around 200 basis points, leading to a profit growth of 44%. Expect these two stocks to be in the green today.
All right, Sonal, thanks very much for that. Now, Mangalam is standing by with Zomato, which is in focus. Mangalam, hi, morning.
Good morning. So it's Friday, we talk about food. Zomato has announced the launch of its pilot, which is Zomato Every Day, which basically is, home-style food, which is delivered to people on a daily basis at around 89 odd rupees. This perhaps has a little more traction than the pilot that it has replaced, which was of 10 minutes delivery. It is still a pilot, but the street may like the fact that they're looking at people buying more regularly than buying it just in 10 minutes. So this is something that we'll be watching out for.
Okay, we talk about food every day, not just on Friday. Mangalam, that's how we are, right? But let's go across to Surbhi now. Some more stocks that are in the news. Surbhi, over to you.
Hi, thanks for that. So today I'm tracking Sanofi India as they've declared their Q4 calendar year 2022 numbers. The numbers were pretty decent. The revenue was down 2.3% on a year-on-year basis, but their EBITDA was up 31% at 167 crores. The margins came in at 25% versus 19% same time last year, and their net profit was up 45% at 131 crores. I'm also tracking SpiceJet as they have a board meeting that is scheduled today to consider issuing of equity shares via preference shares, and also they will consider options of raising fresh capital through QIP. This is subject to regulatory approvals.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Surbhi. Well, here's a quick recap of all the stocks we just focused on. Stocks with positive news flow include Axis Bank, Jindal Stainless Hisar, Pricol, Alchem Laboratories, Sanofi India, SpiceJet, KSB, and Zomato. And only one stock with negative news flow, that's Z Entertainment.
By the way, we'll talk more about food in 5 minutes from now because Gurmeet